everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Explore Africa series. And today we're going to be learning about the Kingdom of Kush. And as we usually do, start off with an introduction, then we'll look at our objectives, a general history, timeline. Then you guys are going to get to do a quiz just to see how well you were paying attention, and we'll conclude. Kush, a kingdom situated in northern Africa, corresponding to present-day Sudan, emerged in an area known as Nubia, inhabited around 8000 BCE. While the broader region had an early culture known as the Kerma culture, dating back to 2500 BCE, the Kingdom of Kush rose later. Archaeological evidence revealed that Egyptians and the people of the Kush region were in contact as early as the early dynastic period in Egypt, which was circa 3150 to 2613 BCE. The subsequent Kushite civilization likely developed from the Kerma culture, but was significantly influenced by Egyptian culture. Now, if you look on the map, look at where the Red Sea is. So the fact that we see the Red Sea here, does anyone know what this region is?
I think Saudi.
Very good. Well done. It is Saudi Arabia. So we see the Red Sea and we see the Mediterranean, and then look at the Nile. The Nile goes all the way through there. So this region would have been where the Kushites dwelled. Our objectives. Objective 1 is we're going to discover how the Kingdom of Kush began and where it was located. I've already shown you that on the map. Objective 2, we're going to uncover the rich culture, art and language that flourished in Kush. And then we're going to look at the rise and fall of Kush. Yes, Olumito.
What are those?
Those are statues of what the Kushites probably looked like. Early roots. Kush emerged around 2000 BCE along the Nile River in what is now Sudan. The region's geography, with fertile lands along the Nile, played a crucial role in the kingdom's early development. Over time, Kush became a powerful kingdom with its own distinct culture. Now, when we did Explore Africa series a while back, we talked about the Nile, and why it was so fertile. Does anybody remember why the Nile is so fertile?
What is the Nile? The Nile.
The longest river, I believe, in the world. So basically, the Nile will overflow, and as it overflows, it releases this rich substance, and it made the land around the Nile very fertile. So that's why it was fertile. So pyramids of Kush. Kushite kings built their own pyramids, believe it or not, showcasing architectural prowess. The pyramids of Kush, though smaller than the Egyptian counterparts, reflect unique design elements. So you see, pyramid building was an African thing. And when you make the connection between ancient Egyptians and look at all the beautiful pyramids that are currently in Egypt, which is like a wonder of the world, when you go to other parts of Africa, like particularly in the Sudan region, you'll see these pyramids as well, but they're just smaller versions. So the royal burial sites in El Kuru and Nuri are examples of these impressive structures. Culture and trade. So Kush served as a vital trade hub, connecting Africa with the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. Now, if you remember that map, you will see that the Mediterranean was at the top and the Red Sea was going down, and it was the division between the African continent and Saudi Arabia. So the kingdom engaged in trade with Egypt, the Roman Empire and other African civilizations. And if you look at the image on the left, you can see there's trade going on there. You can see the goods, the things that are being sold. You can see the things that the Kushites made and sold. So This interaction fostered a rich cultural exchange that influenced Kushite art and beliefs. So Kushite warriors. So again, these are like statues of what the Kushite warriors would have looked like. The Kingdom of Kush was known for its skilled warriors who played a significant role in regional conflicts. Now, Kush conquered Egypt at certain points in history, with its 25th dynasty ruling over parts of Egypt. The Kushite rulers left their mark on Egyptian history and culture. Now, this is Queen Amanirenas, and from 25 to 21 BC, Queen Amanirenas was a queen of the Kingdom of Kush, and she managed to do what no male leader in her time could not do, which was to push back a Roman invasion. So under Queen Amanirenas' command, some 30,000 soldiers of the ancient Kingdom of Kush took to arms and fought back Roman invaders who had advanced from Egypt. The Romans had encroached on the fertile lands of the region below Egypt, known as Nubia, and enforced high taxation on the people of Meroe, the capital of Kush. The battles between Kush and Rome continued. During one of them, Queen Amanirenas was blinded in one eye by a Roman soldier. After her wound healed, she went back to leading her army in several more fights against the Romans. She was tough. She was resilient. She was brave. She was bold. She was fearless, right? So, this woman was impressive. Like, she was daring, she was not scared to face the enemy. So Queen Amanirenas was a notable Kushite queen who led successful military campaigns against the Romans. She's celebrated for her resilience and ability to protect Kush from external threats. Amanirenas remains an iconic figure in Kushite history. Meroe's legacy. So Meroe, a city in Kush, became the new capital after the decline of Napata. So that's an image of what the former city would have looked like. Again, you can see so many pyramids in that image, right? So many pyramids. So building a pyramid was part of the culture of the ancient Kushite, ancient Egyptians. Now, despite the overall decline, Meroe continued to thrive as a center of trade and culture. The city's iron industry and unique script are parts of its enduring legacy. So here we see the script. Now, does anybody know what a script is? Yes.
I think where they write stuff on.
Very good. So it's ancient documents. This was the way they kept records. So like how you've got your books at school where you've done all your work.
Oh.
Now, when you finish from school, they give you those books and you keep them, right? So those books are proof of what you have done. In those times, the way they could keep their documents was on these kinds of slabs, and they would engrave whatever, was important that needed to go on there. Yes.
So is that like a rock?
Yeah, it's like a piece of rock, a piece of stone, a slab, and so they've carved into it.
So they've used like a stick to.
Not a stick. It will probably be a metal, something sharp.
A stone.
It could be another. Well, I don't know if it'll be a stone, but it'll be something metal. It's got to be something sharp, and it's got to be something like a blade that is sharp that you can drill. Some kind of chisel. It'll be something sharp that you can drill such inscriptions into the slab. So Kush had its own writing system known as the Meroitic script. This script remains only partially deciphered, adding an air of mystery to Kushite culture. So unfortunately, because they don't fully know what it means, the symbols the inscription means. They're not able to figure out exactly what the Kushites were recording. So it'd be interesting if at any point in time someone does figure it out. It'll be interesting to know what is being said on this slab. Things like this were very commonplace in ancient Kush as a way of just keeping records of things that they did. Religious practices. So the Kingdom of Kush had a rich religious tradition, and the image there shows a structure of their religious building. Nubian legacy. The Kingdom of Kush left a lasting impact on Nubian culture. Now, the name Nubia is derived from that of the Noba people. They were nomads who settled the area in the 4th century with the collapse of the Kingdom of Meroe. The Noba spoke a Nilo-Saharan language ancestral to Old Nubian. So Nubian kingdoms that succeeded Kush incorporated elements of its culture and traditions. The Kingdom of Kush is considered a cornerstone in the history of Nubia. Archaeological finds. So modern archaeological efforts have unearthed the remains of Kushite cities and structures. The image shows the ancient city of Narka. So these excavations provide valuable insights into the daily life and achievements of the Kingdom of Kush. The discoveries contribute to ongoing research on ancient African civilizations. Timeline. So we see that circa 2000 BCE, the emergence of Kush along the Nile. Then circa 1070 BCE, Kushite rulers conquer Egypt, and that's the 25th dynasty. And then circa 300 BCE to 350 CE, the flourishing of Meroe as the capital of Kush. And then, sadly, from that circa 350 CE, we see the decline of Meroe and the Kingdom of Kush. Okay, quiz. Question 1. Where did the Kingdom of Kush emerge? A. Along the Niger River. B. Along the Nile River. C. In the Sahara Desert. Question 2. What is unique about the pyramids of Kush? A. Largest pyramids in the world. B. Made entirely of gold. C. Show unique architectural design. Question 3. Which queen led successful military campaigns against the Romans? A. Queen Cleopatra. B. Queen Tie. C. Queen Amanirenas. Question 4. What is the Meroitic script and where was it used? A. Ancient Greek writing used in Athens. B. Kush writing used in inscriptions and documents. C. Hieroglyphics used in ancient China. Question 5. When did the Kingdom of Kush decline?
What did decline mean?
That means when did it start to fall? When was it no longer powerful? A. Around 100 CE. B. Around 350 CE. C. Around 500 BCE. All right, here are the answers.
No.
All right, conclusion. So 1, we've learnt that Kush started a long time ago along the Nile, and the people there built their own pyramids. So 2, in ancient Kush, remarkable queens like Amanirenas were military leaders, and the warriors of Kush were celebrated for their extraordinary prowess in battles. And the image on the left is an engraving of what Queen Amanirenas looked like. And finally, while the Kingdom of Kush may be a thing of the past, the impressive achievements they left behind such as their unique script and pyramids, continue to captivate and astonish the world today. Thank you very much for watching today Explore Africa series. Go on, and we'll see you
in the next Explore Africa series.